It's Carolina Plug here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to inoculate an all-in-one grow bag with the spore syringe or liquid culture of your choice. In this particular video, I will be using a liquid culture of Hillbilly cubensis. The Hillbilly variety was found in the hot, humid hills of Arkansas. The strain name comes from the forum username of the strain's developer, Hillbilly. He made it available through online forums starting in early 2000s. But let's get into this. First thing you want to do is clean off your hands, bags, all your area with isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol is your best friend and you want to use it on everything. Normally, if you're an expert mycologist or heavily into mycology, you would want to use a laminar flow hood for a situation like this, or injection or anything, playing with agar or anything like that at all. I'm not a beginner by any means, but I do not have one myself. I just use a clean, sterilized space. The grow bag I'm using is provided by Monster Mushrooms. The spore syringe I'm using, actually liquid culture, is provided by Myco Mountain. I'm using a sterilized monotub for the injection area and workspace. Like I said, if your area is clean enough and sterile, you can use the corner of your kitchen, corner of your bathroom, anywhere you have a good area clean enough to do so. Whether you're using a liquid culture or spore syringe, either one can go into this bag. Here you can see me putting ISO on the needle, the syringe, and every area of the workspace we're about to use. You're going to want to use a brand new needle, and you can even flame sterilize the needle with a torch. The supplies you're going to need are isopropyl alcohol, a tissue or ISO wipe, your spore syringe or a liquid culture, and the bag of your choice. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Make sure you ISO alcohol everything. Syringe, needle, bag, every piece and place of your workspace. Even the tub that we're using as a sterilization box. Also, don't forget to wipe isopropyl alcohol on your injection port. Basically, put ISO on everything. This is not my first rodeo with these all-in-one grain bags or mycology in general. One good tip is you're going to want to make sure you get a great brand bag from a reputable source and your syringe from a clean, reputable source. You're going to want to shake or tap your spore syringe or your liquid culture and get those all distributed all throughout the syringe. You can even use a massage gun or vibrating device to disperse the spores evenly throughout the syringe. A liquid culture is going to colonize faster in the bag rather than a spore syringe. Spore syringe is going to take much longer. But either one you have will eventually colonize the bag. There are lots of great places and distributors of spore syringes, bags, grains, anything you need for mycology. All you gotta do is look in the right place, Instagram, or other various mycology websites. You could even find mycologists on YouTube that sell spore syringes, liquid cultures, all of the above. You can hit me up. I have those available as well, along with grow bags and other products. In a liquid culture or spore syringe, your spores or your mycelium is going to clump up. You're going to want to tap that. You're going to want to shake that. You're going to want to disperse those as evenly as you can. You can see me doing that here with the live mycelium liquid culture. You can hold your syringe up to the light to see how evenly you have distributed the spores throughout the syringe. Later on in another video, I can even teach you how to make this spore syringe last longer and reproduce more spores out of this syringe. Just make sure you leave a cc or so in the syringe and don't use it all. If you choose to do the massage gun technique, just tape it to the end and let it vibrate the spores evenly throughout. Grain bags may not be the favorite or best way to grow mushrooms, but they are easy and convenient for beginners. That's exactly why I want to show you guys here today how to inoculate one of these. There are lots of other methods and techs that you could use to grow mushrooms, but this is just basic, plain, simple, easy. UB Tech is another one that's plain, simple, easy. We'll show you how to do that in another video. But all-in-one grow bags are easy, convenient, already pre-sterilized, clean, ready to go. It's one of the easiest ways to grow from home if you're wanting to start out into mycology. So here we're going to go ahead and grab the all-in-one grow bag, and we're going to stick our needle in the injection port and go ahead and inject 1 to 2 cc's in there You can even do a half a cc. Most people recommend half to 1 cc if you're using liquid culture. Spores, you can do about a cc to 2 cc's as well. Some people recommend more, but I don't. The bag can get very wet. I would just recommend 1 cc. That's the usual 1 cc per pound. And that's dependent on the amount of grain that is in the bag or the amount of grain that you're inoculating. And this is a self-healing injection port, so you do not have to tape over it or do anything to it after you pull the needle out. You want to make sure you move the needle around, get them dispersed as evenly as possible throughout that grain. And even if you don't move your needle around, those spores will get where they need to go, and they will eventually colonize the entire bag no matter what. I actually injected 2 cc's into this particular bag just to make sure we get it in there good and get what we need so the colonization can begin to happen. Then you're going to want to set it in a place clean, sterile, with an ambient temperature of 70 degrees to about 79 degrees. I keep it within that range. Some people recommend differently. Temperatures any lower than 70 will stall the bag out, and it will take longer to colonize this bag. Temperatures any higher than that can make the bag prone to mold and other fungi, and not the type of fungi we're looking for. After about 2 weeks, you will see white thickness start to form and appear in the bag. It smells like fresh mushrooms and earth and not anything nasty, then you've probably successfully colonized this bag with your liquid culture or spore syringe. That would be your mycelium, and is exactly what you're wanting and looking for. Then, once you've successfully injected your spores or liquid culture into the grain bag, then you can lift the top so that it can breathe. Like I said before, in about 2 weeks, you'll see the white mycelium start to form within your grains. Then, some people break the grains up, some people don't, or you could just let it sit. Eventually, it'll colonize the entire bag one way or the other. Once this has happened, then you're going to want to mix your grains with your topsoil layer, substrate layer. You want to mix those evenly all throughout the bag. Form one whole cake out of the entire thing. Really want to carefully mix the substrate layer with the grain layer and make them evenly distributed throughout. The grains evenly distributed throughout the entire substrate layer. The white mycelium will disappear for a few days, but do not worry, soon you will start to see pins, aka baby mushrooms, starting to form on the surface of your grain substrate mix. At this point, your bag will basically be a cake. This would be just like if you were using a monotub and you had a cake within inside of the monotub for which you mixed the grains and the substrate. This is a part 1 of the video. Once the bag is colonized a little bit, we'll come back and show you the next steps and show you how a nice clean mycelium layer is supposed to look. You can follow me at CarolinaPlug 2.0 on Instagram or at CarolinaPlug336 on all other platforms. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here on the YouTube channel. I appreciate everyone who's watching and has made it this far, and I hope you guys have learned something today. Stay tuned for part 2 coming soon.